Hello friends, I am Prashant V. Singh and you're watching Times Network. We are back with another exciting interview. Today we have with us an entrepreneur who is focused on giving ground solutions, solving the real life problems. He is founder and chief executive officer of Urban Harvest and Deliverit. Sidhantt, welcome to Times Network.
Thank you for having me.
So first of all, first things first, tell us that what is Deliverit, what is Urban Harvest, what is the difference, and explain it in very easy and simple language so that everybody can understand what you guys actually do.
So, Deliverit is a platform where small businesses, restaurant owners, medium-sized restaurant owners come on the platform. They order whatever they want to run their business efficiently. We deliver that order within 4 hours of them placing it. Urban Harvest is a private label brand where we feel that there are certain products that a customer we can pass on the benefit of a better quality product at a better price to our customers. So that's what we manufacture in-house and we sell it through a platform that is Deliverit. So it is a buying platform for businesses in India where they can explore different type of new launches. They can compare prices between different brands versus a traditional buying model where a turnaround time from ordering to delivery is somewhere between 1 day to 3 days, and the process of buying the product is very broken. So that's what we solve through Deliverit, and the quality and consistency of the products in long term is what we solve through Urban Harvest.
So you mentioned about the turnaround time, which is 4 hours. Generally, for our websites or the platforms or the apps, it takes 1 to 2 days. So how did you solve this?
So it did seem impossible at first that how could we deliver within 4 hours, because our average order value size is bigger. Our average order volumes are higher as compared to a traditional quick commerce platform. But we are grateful that we have uh, big companies to look after that what they executed and how we could also learn from them and execute it at scale. There have been many good product managers and engineers that have helped us to develop all the standard operating procedures to make sure that everything gets delivered within 4 hours, keeping the customer satisfaction in mind. So it did seem impossible. It might be because it was a fear that what could not work. But once we started feeling that these things could work, it seemed very much possible that it could happen, and it could happen at scale as well.
Okay. So you mentioned about the people who are already in the business.
Yes.
So there are biggies also, people who are global giants also, they are running their platforms. So what were the key learnings that you were inspired by and then which help your team also to actually execute this 4 hours delivery?
They all were obsessed after only one thing, that was customer behavior.
Okay.
And once we also started obsessing after how we treat our customers, at the end of it, if a customer complains because of some problem at their end, it is still our problem to solve it. When we started getting obsessed with customers, so that's the one thing that we learned from the biggies in the industry, that whatever you do, your customers have to be happy with it, either good or bad. So that was one thing which helped us to be focused on customer obsession.
Okay. And when you were planning to launch this, what was the key aim and objective behind the running the entire show, setting up the structure? Was it something that I am going to launch something new, or was it something that this is a key point which is missing from the industry, which is already not there, so I can play a lot of room?
See, both the reasons. This kind of solution was not present earlier, so we were the first mover in this industry to solve it. We also believe that there is a need for faster execution in businesses. Things are changing very fast. Customer behaviors are changing by the month. Whoever takes responsibility of changing that customer behavior will be the winner at last. So we took the leap of faith and thought that we could be the one, and that's what has helped us to be where we are today.
So Siddhant, you work in a structure where margins are very low.
Yes.
Why you intentionally chose this? Number one. Number two, because the investors and everybody is just talking about money. Everything at the end of the day boils down to economy and money. Then why you chose this hard business, not the easy road?
See, hard businesses are the real moat. Anything can be copied, but anything that has a lot of hard work that needs to go into it comes down to the kind of culture that you build within the company. And I wanted my company to be built more on culture rather than how to navigate through those things. So it was not deliberate to choose a thin margin business. It is by architecture, it is a very thin margin business because this is something which is consumed daily by everyone. Sometimes, not sometimes, a lot of time, thin margins also become your biggest moat because then you have to make your business scale on operational efficiency. And getting operational efficiency is like a lot of moving parts in the company, and you have to make them synchronize with each other. So that's when the margins start exploding. And you also have to understand that our products, our customers order more times in a month as compared to a normal household. So the repeat buying of a customer is 10 to 12 times a month. And so we are not earning margins on a single transaction. We earn from the same customer 10 to 12 times a month and making them sticky on our platform.
Okay.
So it is not thin margins in hindsight. It is thin margins on 10 to 12 times over a month, and approximately 100 times, 100, 120 times over a year. So it compounds.
Okay.
So that's what people generally miss, that
Okay.
these margins compound over a period of time.
You use two very important terms. Number one is you built everything. Number two, about the scale. So I have two questions. First of all, while you are building everything, the entire structure from the scratch, what was the most challenging? Hiring a team, building structures, setting up everything, or getting investors? What?
See, these are all not difficult things. These are all things that you have to do. It is irrelevant whether these are easy or difficult. If you have to make a scalable company, you have to go through all these things. Yes, there are different these can be problems at different scale of the company, or at different stage of the company. But yes, hiring people is the most, or identifying good people is the most
Yeah,
difficult thing.
building the right person.
Yes, because see, processes can be jotted down on a piece of paper and can be rolled out, that these are the processes that we need to follow. But people cannot be built. Either they are, or either they are not.
Okay.
Either they are
Fire in the belly, you mean to say?
yes,
Whether they have or not.
yes, they either they want to do or they don't want to do. And if they don't want to do, you cannot do anything to make them do it. So yes, hiring a team, a core team, ethical team was, I would say, is the most difficult thing into when you're building, when you're at a growth stage in the company. But yes, everything else is a part and parcel of the journey that you want to go through. And either it is difficult or not, it is a necessary thing to do.
Any practical hiring where you have struggled a lot? Any example on your mind when you were trying to find out a person or fill that particular position, but you took time, a lot of time?
In earlier days, a lot of time used to be taken. It was not because we did not like the person, it was because we could not afford that person.
Okay.
So, judgment of people is very easy once you start treating them as it is. If you're not being biased in your decisions, if you're not being, uh, if you're just being thoughtful about why that person is what they say they are, and what actions do they do in different circumstances. If you review it as it is, it becomes the easier job. But earlier, we were at a smaller scale in the company, and we could not hire people because they were expensive. But now we feel that we are at a scale in the company that good talent is attracted towards good execution, And once we are executing good, we are attracting good talent as well.
So I have one question which you should answer as a founder, as a CEO, because not as exactly as a CEO, but as a founder. Founder has, it's like a child, it's like a kid, right from the day when you are seeing your product growing at every stage. Any decision that you have taken in the interest of customers and investors and other stakeholders, which you are not very happy about, but eventually it turned out to be good?
See, most of it, entrepreneurship is not supposed to be a comfortable decision. You have to decide for long term of the company's benefit, of the organization benefit, of the people working with you, and people who have supported you along the journey. If you just want it to be personally motivating, then this is not the right path. You cannot even build a scalable organization if you're being very much personally invested into your own personal outcomes. So a lot of decisions have been uncomfortable, but they have been necessary. And in hindsight, all the necessary decisions are often uncomfortable. So you just have to get out of the cocoon that you have been hiding in the past to actually uncover what true value can bring on the table.
So, Sidhantt, my next question is for the people who want to jump into this entrepreneur
Yeah.
arena. Is there any metric on Excel sheet or wherever which you personally trust a lot?
Instinct. Uh, see, you cannot depend your future on anything that is written on a piece of paper. It has to come from inside you, because things will go haywire. People will leave you alongside the journey. Customers will complain about the products that you service them. But if you are not confident from inside that this is the right thing to do, you will break the moment the first problem arises. So the only metric that you need to follow is your inner instinct or your gut. The good thing about your gut or inner instinct is that if your intentions are right, you will have better instincts, and those intentions and instincts compound. Your streak of good decision making will make you make better decisions in the future, and your streak of making bad decisions will eventually lead to your downfall. So I would recommend everyone to listen to yourself, because
Okay.
people who are not living your journey cannot actually understand what you want to create. So it is a lonely path to take. You might not, you may not find people who trust your journey, but at the end of it, if you trust it long enough, you might be what you want to be.
How important is the risk taking capacity?
Everything. If you cannot take risk, this is not the right, this is not the path for you. If you cannot take higher risk, this is definitely not the path for you. So everything comes down to your risk taking appetite. And after one point of time, people who feel that this is a risk that you're taking, in hindsight you consider it as an opportunity, because many people won't do it because it is risky, and sometimes the doers only do it. So risk is everything. If you cannot risk it, then you should not do it.
So people who are already into job, they are doing good job, they want to jump into this entrepreneurship arena, but they are very scared of risk. In your opinion, how important the risk capacity is, and why one should take risk and on what basis?
See, you have to trust your own instinct. People might feel that what you're doing is risky, but you have to see it as an opportunity. Many people won't do it because it's risky, and you just have to do it. Uh, there have been a lot of times, I would just tell you one time that everyone felt that us starting the platform, the Deliverit platform, was risky, because our core urban harvest business was doing very good. The top line was increasing, the bottom line was increasing. We were becoming profitable at scale. And I went to my investors and told them that we need to start Deliverit. It was a loss. It is a loss making platform at first, But everyone was like, why do you want to do quick commerce? It requires a lot of money,
Yeah, lots of competition
a
also.
lot of competition. If you excel it, people will start copying your model. Everyone was that if you have to raise a lot of capital, your current business does not require a lot of capital. Why are you doing it? Don't do it. Everyone around me, even within the company, did not want to start the did not was not motivated enough to start the platform. But I knew it that if we wouldn't do it at this point of time, we would soon start becoming irrelevant, and becoming irrelevant is the biggest risk that you can take. So you have to compare the risk. Either anything that in comparison of being irrelevant is happening, you should take that risk and uh, go for that opportunity.
We spoke about startups, jumping into entrepreneurship arena and everything. So do you recall of any advice which is over romanticized in terms of startup world, which is not actually that good or that true when it comes to real life and on ground reality? Any advice do you think which is overrated, or everybody is talking about that, but actually on ground, on real paper, it is not working like
See,
that?
valuations are overrated. A good entrepreneur will not and does not care about valuations. But yes, it is important because people who are trusting you with their money in your journey, who are betting on you, that's the only metrics that they can uh, calculate the value that they have generated. But that is, you should forget valuations once you walk out of the room where your investors are, and you should just focus on doing the business, the looking after your organization, looking after your customers. So valuation is one thing that I feel is overrated. It is a subjectual thing. People might swear by their valuations, but if you cannot execute it on the ground, then that is just a number. It can go up and down as soon as it can. So that is one thing that I feel is very much
Okay.
hyped.
Now, Siddhant, one final question. 10 years down the line, what is your roadmap for entrepreneurship journey in terms of Deliverit and Urban Harvest?
See, the business has to be done by the people. My core responsibility is choosing the right people to put at the right place to execute that what the company wants, what our customers want. So 10 years down the line, I would be doing the same thing of allocating the right people towards the right job. Uh, and that's what everyone should do once their business is at a certain scale. Your art is choosing the right people, and the real artist is the people who are doing the job at the ground. So you have to be true to your art, and your people will be true to their art as well. So 10 years down the line, I would be doing the same thing, looking for the right people to execute things at a higher scale that we are at today. So that's the thing we would be doing 10 years down the line.
Okay. So you're on Times Network. Any message that you want to give to budding entrepreneurs who want to jump into this field but are very scared?
See, you should be scared. I would not tell anyone not to be scared, because once you get inside it, you are the only person who is on the verge to lose it all, as compared to the people around you. So think wisely why you want to do it. Your intentions have to be ethical and correct. That this is the reason that you want to do it. If money is the outcome, I would recommend you not to do it. Money is the byproduct, but identifying yourself during the course of executing this is the outcome you should always vouch for, not the money part.
Thank you, Siddhant. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
your time. We had a
Thank you.
really candid chat. I'm thankful for such an insightful discussion. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.